The form is stapled to a newsletter from the school office, a consent form for an off-site activity sent home that afternoon. You sign on the line marked parent or guardian, date it, and hand it back the next morning. That signature is what allows your child to take part. The action is clear. You signed a school consent form. At the time, nothing feels different. The routine continues. Drop-offs, pickups, packed lunches. The form disappears into a folder somewhere at the school. You don't think about it again. Until there's an incident. It's handled quickly, quietly. You're informed after the fact. An email, then a short call. The language is calm, measured. You're told what happened and what decision was made in response. It sounds settled, procedural, already filed away. You ask a simple question, not an accusation, just why a certain choice was made or why something wasn't done differently. The reply doesn't argue with you. It points backward, to the form. That's when the shift becomes visible. The consent you gave isn't treated as permission to attend. It's treated as permission for a range of decisions made while you weren't there. Supervision, judgment calls, limits on responsibility. The discussion stops being about the incident and becomes about what was authorized in advance. You read the wording again. The same sentences you skimmed before now feel narrower, more exact. The responsibility you assumed stayed with the school is no longer framed that way. It's been shared out, not after the event, but before it ever happened. A second moment locks it in. You're told the form is standard, that it applies to all similar activities, that it's already on file. The outcome isn't debated because on paper, the conditions were already accepted. Nothing about the conversation suggests this can be undone. There's another version of this that unfolds even more quietly. A general consent form signed at the start of term. Transport, sports, excursions. It doesn't name a specific day or activity. It just stays active. When something later goes wrong, that earlier signature is retrieved. Still valid, still binding, still defining who carries responsibility. What felt like a one-off administrative task turns out to have been standing in the background the whole time. You try to explain what you meant, that you assumed common sense applied, that you didn't imagine this situation falling under that wording. The response doesn't challenge you, it simply doesn't take intention into account. It stays with what was signed. What makes this uncomfortable isn't secrecy, it's normality. The form wasn't hidden, it wasn't unusual. It was designed to be quick, familiar, and easy to return. The system treats returned forms as settled ground and unanswered questions as already resolved. By the time you realize responsibility has shifted, it isn't shifting anymore. It already has. The ending turns on who this really affects. Not careless parents. Attentive ones. The ones who sign promptly so their child isn't excluded. The ones who trust that cooperation keeps things safe. The reversal is this. The signature you gave to be supportive didn't just enable participation, it quietly decided where responsibility would land. And the part of you that acted quickly and reasonably is the same part the process reads as having agreed to the outcome before it ever existed.